Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Johnson. You were made for a purpose. God put you on this earth. You're very special to Him, and He's waiting for you to meet your need, and He's waiting for you to change the world. You can do it. If you'll find out why God put you here, well, you do that. You look at your talents, you find out what you're good at doing, you find out what you enjoy, and that says something about the direction you want to take, the direction you're looking for that you want to understand. You need to do what God wants you to do. There are all kinds of ways that you have to look and beg for answers to what you need to do. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So parents, you need to find out what your kids need to do, what they can do, and you need to tell them. You need to inform them. You need to sit down and have discussions with them. This is how you shave. This is how you cook. This is how you clean. This is how you find somebody to romance. This is how you go to school. This is how you obey the rules. And you pay attention to them. You see what it is that they're willing to do. And as you understand what they're willing to do, then you start training them, and you explain to them why you're training them, so that they will know to train their own children. So that your grandchildren will be guided by your kids. To understand this is how you can make a life. You train them to experience their talents and to carry them out. I'll tell you one thing that we seem to forget about that's very essential to our life. We need to train our children to learn to fail and be okay with it. Now, I know that what you want is your children to be successful. Everybody wants that. But success is also found in failure. The way you get trained in what you're supposed to do is by paying attention to what it is that you're not doing right. Where you are failing tells you where you need to improve. And where you need to improve tells you what kind of talents you've got. If you've got a bad voice for singing, don't encourage your child to sing. If you've got a bad voice for acting, don't encourage them to act. On the other hand, if they love to act or they love to sing, no matter what it sounds like, encourage them to do it. Remember that nobody is as precious as you are. Jesus said, "What shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and suffer the loss of his own soul? What shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" You are more valuable than the entire worth of the world. You're the only one with these fingerprints on your hand. You're the only one with this heart that makes your blood beat and circulate. You're the only one with this body, whether you like it or not. You need to understand that you're the unique, the only kind of person, and you need to learn that failing is a part of living. There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you're trying. Now, there's plenty wrong with living and failing if you're not trying, because that's why you're failing. You're not trying. But if you're honestly trying to make it work, there's nothing wrong with failing, and it's not a disgrace. It's also not a disgrace to sin. It's not a good thing, because it turns us against God. But God has made a way that we can experience God's life. There is no temptation follow you except it is necessary for man. And God is faithful, who will not tempt you to be tempted above that you're able, but will with the temptation make a way of escape that you may be able to bear it. No temptation comes along that you can't learn from it. And you will sin. We all do. We all break God's rules. But we can get back with God by studying Him, begging His forgiveness, asking for life, and looking for direction. That's why Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me." Accept your failure. Accept yourself. Realize how precious you are to God. You are worth so much that if you'd have been the only person on earth, Christ would have died for you. Jesus died in your place for your sin. Now he wants to come into your heart and give you the guidance you need to teach you how to be successful and how to enjoy life with what you need to do and need to understand. You need to determine what kind of temperament you've got. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Sometimes the reason you're the way you are is because of the way you were born. Some of the things your parents have given you. You need to determine that kind of stuff. There are things that your parents do that they don't like. And there are things that you do that you don't like. And sometimes you guys don't like the same things because you're the same kind of people from the same seed. So what you want to do is you want to follow and listen to what you have to learn from what they're doing. Why do you hate work? Why do you hate cleaning room? Why do you hate going to see this friend of yours? Why do you hate going to school? Those kind of things you would ask yourself in order to understand who you are and what you're doing so that you can avoid and get into what you enjoy. You love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and you love your neighbor as you love yourself. When you determine what your temperament is, when you decide that you're okay, or you understand why you're doing what you're doing, lazy, depressed, anxiety-filled, full of joy all the time, laughing all the time, there's reasons for that. And some of those reasons are born within you. Learn that. Learn to understand why you are the way you are, and why you act the way you do, and what you can do to improve it and make it work. And realize that some of that comes from your parents. And your parents need to also realize and be able to teach you what they can about themselves, about your grandparents, about your ancestry, and about you to them. So take some time to study yourself, take some time to study God, take some time to read the Bible, take some time to pray for guidance, take some time to ask God to give you wisdom so that you can meet who you want and to bring His kingdom down here on earth as it is in heaven. And that is up to you.